What if you could turn back the clock on your skin without Botox or $300 serums or fillers? Welcome to Life Beyond the Scale with Jen and Aaron, where today we're going to be going back to our series Buy or Buy. We're going to show you a few of our science-backed secrets that actually work for women over 40.
So we're going to start off today with Aaron. Tell us which product are you using and how is it going to help us as we're aging?
I am starting with a product. The reason why I purchased this product was whenever I would go to visit my mom in Arizona, and the sun is absolutely relentless out there. And so whenever she got in the car, she was always slathering her hands with sunscreen. And I was like, why are you doing that? Why would you put it on your hands? I know you put it on your face. Well, why are you putting it on your hands? And she said, when you're driving, that's when your skin is out there on the steering wheel and being reflected with the big windshield. She's like, I've already started to get brown spots on my hands. There's really no way to get rid of the brown spots, but I don't want to make them worse. If I have more skin damage, they're just going to get darker and darker and darker. And so over the years, yes, I have used sunscreen, and I still do use sunscreen in the car. I keep it in my glove compartment. But I saw on Amazon these gloves, and as you can tell, they're a very light pink. They have the touch
Oh,
screen fingertips. So if you are like me and you have a car that has the screen on there where you're putting your music and your navigation, you want to be able to continue to utilize that. These particular gloves block out 98% of the UVA and UVB rays.
wow.
And I will say my hand has a few little dots, little things that if I wasn't putting sunscreen on or wearing these gloves with the sun from driving, I do think they would get darker and darker. And I don't know where I heard this, but they said, your face may not show your age, but your hands and your neck always give it away. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
okay, turkey neck, brown spots on hands. So that's why I have these lovely little gloves from Amazon, and they are $7.99. So for me, I
Wow.
thought, okay, this is great. They're comfortable in the summertime because they're so thin. And they're also quite nice in the wintertime when I don't want to wear a heavy glove to grip the steering wheel. So they're very, very light, and they are washable as well. So that's my for sure buy.
I love that tip. And you're absolutely right. The hands definitely show our age. Sometimes I think things are looking good, and then I can look down and see just the dryness or the age spots, the brown lines. But I love the
For
idea
sure.
of a driving glove. When you're in the car, I never think about that extra sun exposure. You know, that but I think that that is a common thing with skin cancer on your left arm, your driving side, right? That it's exposed directly to that window. And
Yeah.
now with so many skylights and sunroofs and open paneled cars, that's a really great tip. So thank you for sharing that.
So, Jen, what are you going to share with us today?
I actually brought along a little video. So watch this clip. You caught me. Yep, I'm shaving my face. Use the right tool. I use a skincare razor that's made exactly for women's face. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to actually almost mini exfoliate my face, remove all of those little fine hairs so that my skincare actually can seep in and penetrate deeper. It also helps when I put on makeup later that nothing is cakey or dried because I've gotten rid of all the dead skin cells and kind of revealing that fresh layer of skin beneath. And it helps my complexion feel brighter and a little bit more even. Let me finish up. As you'll notice, I'm going in short strokes while holding the skin tight. This is going to help make sure that I'm safe and not cutting myself. You can start to see all the little peach fuzz coming down right there. Kind of satisfying. All right, so now that you've seen me with all my bare skin first thing in the morning, my little razor, my face razor, and I'm realizing I did not bring it here to the computer, but they are a very low price point. I just go to the Dollar Tree. I'm sure you can get very nice, expensive ones at name brand makeup stores or department stores, but Dollar Tree for $1.25. I think I buy a 3 or 5 pack of the razors. I use them about twice before I throw them away. One thing I did not say on the video is that once your skin is completely exposed and, bare after you've removed all of that dry skin, the dead cells, and the little, peach fuzz that you saw coming off on the video, you're going to need to moisturize and hydrate. So make sure you're putting on that serum when you're done or your favorite moisturizer. All skincare and all skin types are unique. And so if you do have sensitive skin or any questions, if you have your own esthetician, maybe discuss it with them first or, reach out to us if you have any questions. But it's been something I've been doing for a little over a year now, and I definitely feel like I can see the difference. I started thinking about my husband who runs a razor over his face every morning. And when I look at him, he has really nice skin. Not only does he not have hardly any fine lines or wrinkles, but smaller pores, very moisturized skin. He doesn't get that dry, cakey flakiness. And I know he's not wearing a makeup that, I often put on top of my skin, but I started looking into it a little bit more. So definitely a buy for me. And for any of you sitting out there thinking, uh, what about, doesn't your hair come back darker or thicker? And I don't think it does. I don't think it has, in my opinion. Next time you see me, I guess you'll have to, do a little close up and check it out. But I think that that's a myth. So it's a buy.
I would add to that, because you had shared with us in a meeting one day that you were doing that, and I know many people were asking you about that. I was influenced to try it. I love the fact that you mentioned that you really only get 1 to 2 uses out
Yeah.
of the razor, because I have cut my skin using the razor one too many times. And you'll notice, because all of a sudden it will be hard. You'll feel like, is it working? Is it not
Mhm.
working? So
Where
I
it's
love
getting a
that.
little
And
dull. It's not the
the
razor that you're putting on your legs. Like this is
no,
designed for a woman's face.
easier it is. Your makeup and your moisturizer go on so much easier and smoother,
Hmm.
and your face feels like a little baby's
I
bottom
know it's very
afterwards.
smooth right now.
And
Yeah.
the thing about, as we age, has your skin gotten drier and like
Yes.
just not, it just doesn't have the same elasticity, hydration.
Yes. Yeah. We need all the little tricks and tips that we can come up with. That's for sure. So definitely check it
Absolutely.
out. Let me know if you have any questions. So, what's your
Okay.
next anti aging skincare hack?
This is the Lumi box, and it is a red light therapy box. And I was actually influenced by Elizabeth Benton of the Primal Potential podcast. About a year ago, I had gone off of hormone replacement therapy, and I was experiencing joint pain like you would not believe. They said I had bursitis in my hip. Well, it was getting so bad that I was really having a hard time walking and was thinking I was going to get ready for a cane.
Uh,
So this is a pricey purchase. This box is on sale for $3.99. I believe a year ago I did not pay for that price, but it is on sale. The price I think online right now is $6.29. It's on sale for $3.99. You can also purchase the stand, which makes it much easier when you're doing your face or your hair. Or I used it for my hip as well, to Target, and it does tilt, which is nice and handy. Um, but it's great for skincare. What I
mm,
originally bought was for pain, but I use it on my face twice a week, about 6 minutes, and it actually has two settings. This one is This one you can only see very lightly. This is the one that you would use when you get up real close to your skin, like on your hip or a body part, shoulder pain. And then that's the red light.
Yeah.
They also give you for your face these little eye goggles so that
Oh,
you protect
sure.
your eyes when you're using it. Um, as far as it goes, it is the red light therapy is known to improve cellular function by improving blood circulation, reducing inflammation, and promoting growth of new tissue. So, for all of us who are in our 40s and 50s and upwards, collagen production is something really important, especially for reducing. Now, I'm saying reducing, I'm not saying getting rid of,
Right.
but fine lines and wrinkles. Once we have them, we pretty much have them. But if we can improve the quality of our skin with hydration and elasticity, you do seem to have a different glow to your skin.
Mm.
With the pain, it is improving blood flow and helping sore muscles. In fact, they did a study with the Navy SEAL team and
Oh,
they used it for muscle soreness and injuries and found that that had great results. Some other things that it's used for is boosting your mood, regulates the neurotransmitters with the serotonin and the dopamine. They also say that it helps sleep to help regulate your circadian rhythm. They also said mental clarity, blood flow to the brain, and energizing the brain cells. I'm like, well, I can use all the help I can get there. So, and it also says that it helps to help with stress by activating the parasympathetic nervous system and lower cortisol. It is pricey, but it
mm.
is something that can help you with not just anti-aging with your skin, but also some other health and wellness issues that you might be experiencing. The one thing I will say, I have this for home. I've actually brought it with me traveling because
Wow.
it's not real big. It's a little on the heavier side, but it fits in my carry-on. But where we live in Illinois, we both go to Empower Wellness in Sycamore, Illinois, and they have a huge red light therapy bed, which is just such a cool experience. What
Love
do
it.
you like about it, Jen?
Oh, I feel like I take a nap every time I lay down on it. There, you can have a slight vibration, which also helps stimulate all of that nervous system, or you can turn that off, but it can help with, arthritis or inflammation, lymphatic drainage, so many things that it really does feel great, especially when I'm not feeling well or I'm under the weather or feel like I'm biting something. I want all of those cellular, that cellular healing, kind of healing from the inside out. And so laying in that bed, and actually it's an enclosed room, is so nice. Just, for about 10 minutes, once a week.
It is a very nice spa experience.
Definitely. And both of my boys last year, one, Bodhi had cracked his heel bone. He had like a little floating bone, and Nevik had a really bad sprain. Bodhi was in a cast, and Nevik went right into a boot. We drove him out there to use the red light therapy bed. And when we went back to the orthopedic doctor, both doctors were just shocked by how quickly, even for Bodhi to just take off the cast. And I think he did 3 times a week for a week. And Nevik, I think, went 4 times, but both of them, their healing was fantastic. So definitely regenerating those cells can be very helpful in the healing process.
Okay, one last thing I'm going to add. This is a buy. I know that the price point is really quite high, but when I break down how much I used it and how convenient it was, I didn't have to make an appointment to go anywhere. I think about what I was paying in copays for physical therapy and medication, what I paid for massages and stretching. I balanced it out with the other things that I was using and the convenience level and the fact that it has so many different healing properties that for me, that's why I could justify the price. And that's why for me, it's a buy.
In addition to that, I love that idea, but if that is a little bit out of your price range, or you're not necessarily looking for the pain or the healing, Erin, you had talked me into getting one of these little handheld Lumis,
Yes.
where this is a little bit more of just a skincare function for me, but it lights up. And now, of course, we'll do it on camera. So you can see I have different colors that I can go
Yep.
to. Where's my camera?
There.
When
Yeah.
I
I
have it
saw the
on the
blue, the
red,
green.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can see all the different colors. You do use it on the red for that stimulation of elasticity and, improving and reducing those fine lines. But then there's also an amber setting, a few other settings for acne and some other things for maybe teens or that adult acne, that perimenopausal, lovely acne that some of us might be fighting. But the amber helps with lymphatic drainage. So I will also go down my neck and kind of help with that a lot, or along my jawline, all of those things. So this was a little bit more of a $40 to $50 price range, but basically it's a skincare versus a whole body, with which deserves a higher price point.
And I like it because it gives the qualities also if you've ever used a gua sha tool on your face,
Mhm.
except for it's adding more benefits with the red light therapy. And it just feels good. I swear, when I do that in the morning, I just feel like my jawlines start popping and my
Yes.
cheekbones look a little bit more chiseled. And goodness knows I need all the help I can get.
Yes, I have seen people where they just are like holding it under the cheekbone or at the eyebrow to kind of lift. So I'm going to have to try that again this week. But yeah, this is something that I'll just use while I'm watching TV, and I'm just, and also very portable. Okay, so far we're 3 for 3 on the buy or buy. We've not said bye to anything yet.
Not
Okay,
yet.
no. All right, last one. I have the Peter Thomas Roth, and maybe we'll just put up a photo since it might be a little
Okay.
hard to see. It is
There you go.
called the Instant Firm or Instant Firm X Eye Temporary Eye Tightener. Now, I had used this product in the past, but if I was adding too much or maybe I didn't, massage it in enough, it would give light white flakes. And I wasn't quite sure if I loved it enough to continue to buy it. And then recently they just came out with a new version where it is basically a skin tone, on the paler side. Maybe almost, I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but it's really just blending
Mhm.
in with my finger, if you can see it there. It also comes with a brush. I will show a picture of kind of my eyeballs side by side. I only put it on one eye. And even now I'm realizing I never added it to my other eye. So what you'll be able to see is that it's underneath. Well, actually, yeah, is it underneath? And then over here, a little bit is, you might notice a little bit more bags. Well, actually, this is the side where it's tightened. This side is not, I don't have any product on. You can also put it on your upper lids to try to, I don't know, what is that called? The hood? I feel like I'm really
It's
getting
the
those
hood.
hooded lids. Both eyes have them. One's a little bit more, probably because I'm a side sleeper. I sometimes will put it around my lips where I drink out of the straw all the time and I'm getting that smoker's lines. It does come with a brush, but basically all I'm doing is I'm just kind of massaging it in, or you can pat it in.
Yeah.
And then you just have to let it dry. The trick is to not use any facial expressions while it's drying. Sometimes I'll just put my hair dryer on low. I know there are all those little handheld fans. Again, some of our perimenopausal friends that might carry a handheld fan for those hot flashes, this would be a great time to just kind of use that if you're in a hurry. But usually what I'll do in the morning is I will, moisturize after I'm done washing my face. I'll put this on and I can just add my foundation or other makeup on top of that. This is not going to reduce or remove your fine lines forever. It is not going to remove your bags forever. Sometimes though, I just feel a little bit more tired in the morning. And so just to kind of have that kind of pull up gently for, I would say 6 to 8 hours, in my opinion. I know that some, videos out there have dramatic results. There's one woman that I think is pretty famous on, TikTok and Instagram for using this, and she has a lot of wrinkles. Maybe we can even add her side by side. And she's rubbing it over her whole face. And she says, you got to work it in the skin, and then let it dry. And it looks like she's had a mini facelift. So this is sold for around $38 at Sephora. Sometimes you can find it a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but you're going to have to go to more of like an Ulta or a Sephora, to purchase this unless you're going to be able to get it online. I say it's a buy. Again, I've only had this
Wow.
one for a little over maybe 2 weeks now. But when I'm using it, I do feel a little bit more confident. I don't feel like the dark under circles are quite as dark. My genetics, like I'm going to kind of get that wrinkle and that bag underneath my eyes just when I'm smiling, but I don't feel like it's that poofy bag that you know what I mean, where it just
Oh, I know
almost
exactly what
seems
you mean.
like it's yeah, and sometimes I just feel like it that little bit takes a couple years off, kind of lifts my skin and my eyes just enough where I feel a little bit more awake and a little bit more confident.
Confidence boost. Don't we all need it? I mean, many of us wake up and we think, I know I slept 8 hours. I don't feel like I slept 8 hours. So if you can use a cream that takes and tightens everything up, and I watched those videos, so I'm so glad you tried it for me. So thanks. Now I got to go order it or buy it. So,
Yeah, I'll bring it next time I see you and you can try it on Friday when we work together. Um, yeah, I know that you can, drastically reduce your bags and your fine lines a little more permanently with a Botox or a filler. I just am not ready at this stage, as well as I'm not quite sure how I feel about putting things into my body right now. But for me, it's kind of that in between and before taking the more drastic steps. Which, who knows? I never say never. But for now, a cream kind of fits my lifestyle perfectly.
and probably your budget too.
Absolutely the budget.
Just so you know, we are going to be linking all the products in the show notes. And also, we don't receive any commissions off these or anything. So we're not trying to sell these. We're just here to tell you what we tried out, what we thought about them. And today, it was a winner all the way around. Last time we were a little on the fence on a couple products,
Yeah.
but this time around we both found things that we really, really like. So we want to hear from you guys. What products are you using? What kind of results are you seeing? Is there something out there that we should try? Because, we definitely get influenced. So if there's
Yes.
something that you guys have tried, we want to hear all about it. So please check out and comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. You